What's up, everybody? My name is Yak, and I'm just a regular dude who was born in Ethiopia, now lives in the US, and I just play video games sometimes, when I have time and stuff like that. So I don't really want to call myself a YouTuber because YouTubers actually put the work on their videos, like they actually shoot videos, and like they put the work on it, like they actually edit it and stuff like that. So for me to call myself a YouTuber is kind of cringy because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really put in the work. I just sit down and play video games sometimes. I do have a, a recorder device, so I record those videos. That's how I actually start YouTube channel on it. So I don't make money off of it, but I'm just a random guy who plays video game. I just want to level myself that way. But anyways, I hope y'all understand my English though, because I'm still learning English. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, today I want to talk about video games. It's like I'm when I talk about video games, it's just sometimes it's complicated for a lot of people. There's a lot of opinion going around on the internet when it comes to video games. Some people they hate video games, which is understandable. I'm not gonna be like, why don't you love games? Da, 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 da. I'm not gonna say that. But some people they love video games, and I still understand it. But I'm one of those gamers that like OG gamers. I used to play these video games even when I was back home. I used to play a lot of like single player games because I love single player games. That doesn't mean I hate online games, but when it comes to online games, I'm not a huge fan of online games, and I want to tell you why. In my opinion, I feel like online gaming kind of destroyed the actual gaming community because back in the days when we used to play single player games, everything was fine. Like all we do is like we start our console, any game we go in, we play like Halo or like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, any of it. Like probably there's a lot of single player games we used to play, right? We dedicated to pass all those missions, to complete all those missions, and then to get like some high score so we can get that skin we wanted and stuff like that, right? But these days, online games they came and destroyed everything. Number one is they started all these microtransactions. Pretty much, a lot of games are like you pay to be like, you know what I'm saying? You don't really put in the work. All you need is like $40 so you can get that skin. That back in the days we have to put in the work. Like we have to play those long hours so we can get that skin we wanted in the first place. You see, that's a dedication. That is why we actually wanted it. You know what I mean? That shows that we really wanted it. Like literally, that's sometimes we actually Google how to do all that so we can get that skin. But these days, the taste of that is kind of gone because all you do is pay money so you can get that skin, and this kind of fed away. The gaming feeling is kind of fed away from people. You know what I mean? If you understand what I mean. The other reason is online gaming is kind of toxic. I don't know if I'm the only one that notices this, but if y'all remember back in the days when we play single player game, there's no online. You don't have to talk to people. We play co-op, and co-op most of the time you play with somebody probably your best friend, and there's no problem with it. But in online games, you meet a lot of like random people you don't even know, and there's a lot of toxicity going on those on those chatbots. Like literally, some racist shit going on. I remember I told this kid like, "Hey, I'm from Africa," like, and the motherfucker start talking about like, "Hey, go back to the zoo." Da, 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 da. I was like, honestly, this type of thing is not getting to my head. I just be laughing, and then I don't have that victimhood mentality, honestly. But it's just funny because there are people that actually take these things seriously, and man, they really suffering. Like they're not really having a good time on these online video games. I'm not saying online games are bad. I remember back in 2018, I was rocking Fortnite so bad. Like every time, all we do is play Fortnite after we got back to high school. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was one of the reason why online game is kind of destroying the gaming community. And when it comes to gaming, a lot of people have different opinions. Especially these days, there's like the alpha male things going on, like a red pill things going on. They be like, "Hey, video games are bad for you." Da, 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 da. I was like, I wouldn't say that. Sometimes there are people whose life was destroyed by video games. All they do is sit down and play video games. But some people actually their life was saved by video games, and I'm one of those people. I'm gonna tell you how. Like, I know you might be like, how? Like, how the hell video games saved your life, right? So let me tell you this, right? Back in high school, I told you, right? We used to play Fortnite, or like we used to play like Call of Duty. You know what I mean? That time, I don't think Warzone was there, but we used to play like, um, we used to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We used to play like all those like OG Counter Strike. We used to play all of these online games, and I had a friends that I played this with. Like, all we do is like play all those games. That's all we do, right? And then all of a sudden, my friend, they stopped playing video games with me, and then they start doing like drugs and stuff like that. All of them, they start smoking weed. They start taking all these prescription drugs, and I was like, damn, why the hell they stopped doing this? And then the reason why I didn't do it is because I just sat down and kept being nerd. I'm not saying you have to be nerd, but I kept doing like all this nerdy stuff. Like, I just sat down and play video games, or like watch like a lot of like comic book movies and stuff like that. And then I would say that kind of saved my life, because imagine if I start doing drugs with them, because I remember when I asked them like, hey, why don't y'all play video games with me anymore? And they were like, hey, that's corny, da 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 da. Hey, why you playing video games? Like, you grown now. You know what I mean? And then they start doing all those drugs and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, bro. I just gotta keep being nerd, so I don't do all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And in their mind, being grown up is like stop playing video games and then do all those drugs and stuff like that. That was that time. Doing stuff like that is cool. I mean, still people think that's cool, but honestly, for me, nah. But I kept playing video games and stuff like that. That's what I do. And then I remember my back in the days when my friends they talk shit behind me, because they be like, "Why the hell he's still playing video games?" They be laughing at me. But guess what? Some of them they are in rehab. Some of them they got locked up because of drug charges. Sadly, some of them passed away because of like overdose and stuff like that. And these days, I just think about it, right? Imagine that time if I stopped playing video games, and then if I joined them and then start doing drugs and stuff like that with them, imagine what's going to happen to me. I'm not saying like people who plays video games don't do drugs and stuff. Nah, that's not. There are people who actually play video games and do drugs at the same time. But when you see the gaming community, those are the less people that do drugs and stuff like that. Again, I'm not saying those people don't do drugs. There's a lot of people who plays video games and still do drugs. But yeah, I stuck on these video games, and these days when I think about it, you know what? Actually, video games saved my life. You know what I mean? But anyways, maybe I don't know, you agree or you don't. Just let me know your opinion in comment. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. The video is just probably you be like, why do I care? I understand you don't care, but yeah, this is just my video today, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. It's free. And by the way, let me tell you how I got these subscribers. Like, I know you be like, hey, I got 5K subscribers, but like I only got like 200, 400, sometimes like 50 views, right? It turns out like I opened this channel, right? What happens is this dude, he shouted me out and was like, and then I got 5K subscribers in overnight. Like, literally, I don't even think it was 24 hours when I get those subscribers. And then the next day I was like, damn, I got 5K subscribers. Now I'm about to hit like 100,000 views. Da, da, da. It turns out that's not how the algorithm works. Sometimes you might have like 1 million subscribers, and then you got like 100 videos. The funny thing is, the guy who shouted me out, he's got like 1.4 million subscribers, right? But his views were like 2K, like 3K, 5K, and stuff like that. And when you do the maths, it's not really it doesn't really add up, right? You be like, how the hell you got 1.4 million subscribers, and then he only got like a couple thousand views? You know what I mean? And I think the algorithm is like there's likely to have like 100 subscribers and like 100,000 views. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was just trying to tell you how I get all these like subscribers, but my view is kind of low. You know what I mean? I was just trying to explain that. But anyways, hopefully I enjoyed the video. If I enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe my channel. I hope we're gonna be a good family. But anyways, thank you for watching my video. Bye.